The TVWAN News is proudly brought to you by
Hello, this is TVWAN News. I'm Jasmine Irajak. In this edition, 10 million kina released to assist Manam settlers, NCDC called to explain delay in market project, and Judah Rimbu's absence in games noted. The government yesterday confirmed the release of 10 million kina to the Manam Resettlement Authority or MARA last month. Minister for Provincial and Local Government Affairs Soro Yowe said a 10 million kina commitment made by the Prime Minister James Marape in May 2024 has been released with stringent financial guidelines to ensure transparent and accountable use on priority areas in the resettlement project.
Minister Yoe said the national government is committed to supporting displaced Manam Islanders and put on record that the Manam Resettlement Authority and the Department of Provincial and Local Level Government have been working closely in the resettlement efforts since 2019. He added that since 10 million kina came in a time when the authority was in dire need of funding to settle the first lot of internally displaced persons, the government acted in good faith to release it directly to the authority. The minister said while the national government leads funding efforts, Manam project requires collaboration from the Medang provincial government, Bogia District Development Authority and other stakeholders to fast-track the resettlement of the IDPs now living in care centers. He called on the Medang provincial government and local authorities to partner with the Manam Resettlement Authority on the physical infrastructure development and service delivery, as these services are not only for the Manam Islanders but will also benefit the communities surrounding the resettlement area. Minister Yoe reiterated that affected Manam Islanders remain as top priority and their resettlement is a complex, long-term process requiring careful planning, stressing there is no temporary fix. He also announced the government's commitment to the department to find permanent solutions to address the resettlement issues of IDPs. Susan Oreape, TVWAN News.
Provincial police commanders have suggested that there must be a review of the Police Bail Act because of the increasing number of bench warrants delivered to them by the courts for execution annually. The commanders in a conference on Monday confirmed that each year they receive more than 50 bench warrants from the courts because defendants fail to appear in court after being granted bail. Western Highlands Provincial Police Commander Superintendent Joseph Sagom said he has more than 400 bench warrants in his office that need to be executed. He said most of those who do not appear in court are those out on police bail but fail to appear in court and are issued bench warrants. PPC Sagom was supported by the other PPCs in stating that the Bail Act must be reviewed to amend the part that grants everyone the right to bail. They added that this right has allowed people to bail out and leave the area where they committed the crime, migrating to another location and making it difficult for the police to locate them and bring them to court. Vendors at Waigani Market in the nation's capital are seeking answers from the National Capital District Commission following the loss of their market goods through fire on Sunday night. They want NCDC to explain the delay in the redevelopment of the Waigani market, which started 2 years ago, forcing them to operate in the open space under temporary shelters. They believe their market goods would not have been burnt if they were still using the old market. The destruction of the temporary Waigani market on Monday, the 19th of May 2025, has brought to question the redevelopment of Waigani market that was promised by NCDC. In 2023, the Waigani market was closed after the NCD Governor, Powes Pakop, announced the redevelopment of the market. Vendors confirmed that toilets were built, however, a 2-year delay in constructing the market. Since then, vendors have been using the open space next to the Waigani police station.
All NCDC talking Mibla law. You will move now 3 months and talk. You will go stop the house. Okay, Mibla Arab talk now. Mibla Pinigo. Stop, go now. Mibla school picking in me yard. Now, man, Mary and you me go lo Sava. Also now, all giving market lawyer na Mibla market, Sab, all police now, one me all mangi, all wabi, all work at the one bill out to you, Sida lawyer. Okay, now Mibla Sida lawyer, Mibla market, that's all. A market from Mibla, right? Okay, all giving Mibla 3 months, yeah. 3 months and me have Rus. Now and Mibla is up 2 years, 5 months, 6 months, and Mibla is up.
6 months. Now, all get the cargo bag, banana bag, potato bag, cabbage bag, all get something, and carrot bag, kumu, onion, and Mibla spending money now for 2,000. 3,000 sample Mibla say kisim long dinner and more lamas coast long and Mibla lost him now. And me and one mama misa kam lo morning straight all mama also come behind misa kam lo morning straight mix him soak me looking more get a me crying and missing that lawyer.
Vendors of the market claim that if the developed market was used, their goods would have been safe.
People like in Powes Pakop. You walking market from me Waigani market. You walking one and Sunday stop. You walking one and Sunday stop. NCDC you walking one and Sunday stop. Market manager you walking one and Sunday stop. Supervisor you walking one and Sunday stop. You talk about walking you market and plapa go inside now 1 year 2 years not 5 months come up now. You plaka up in market and me plapa go inside there or get the mama kitchen time or gonna pop up kitchen time.
This news team reached out to the NCDC office for answers since yesterday. However, has not received a response from the governor yet. NCD Governor Powes Pakop, in sympathizing with the vendors of Waigani Market, said NCDC will not make its position known until a police report is received after investigations. He said at this stage, NCDC will not accept liability for this act, as it was not related to the delay in the rehabilitation and expansion of the existing Waigani market. He said this problem was caused by criminals and not NCDC and will await a full police report. Over 80 elementary school teachers in Morobe province are undergoing a 1-year training to attain a diploma in early childhood and junior primary teaching. This is in line with the reformed education structure of 166 under the standard-based curriculum, where elementary teaching has been slowly phased out and replaced by early childhood education.
The second batch of 100 elementary school teachers will be undergoing training at the Morobe Early Childhood Teachers College at Wampar, Huon Gulf District. After their orientation on Friday, May 16th, Director of PNG Education Institute, Dr. Zui Neofa, explained that this is the second batch outside of the campus at Hellsbach in Finschhafen District. Last year, 160 students completed their elementary teacher qualification upgrade training, while the second batch of 82 students started the training on May 12, 2025, with the rest expected to join soon.
They've been trained in the elementary system and they're qualified teachers. We just need to make sure we upskill them and we give them training under the new curriculum that has come into place, and we are confident that they will be teaching in the primary sector under the new structure. So that's basically, they're mostly grade 12 leavers that have been elementary teachers, and we're confident that they can teach at the primary sector in the lower level.
The one-year residential diploma program was made possible through a partnership initiated by former Morobe Governor Ginsen Saunu in 2021 with the Education Department and the Evangelical Lutheran Church of PNG. Dr. Neofa explained that they had to relocate the training location to Wampar because moving lecturers to and from Finchafen was risky and costly, while they were using church facilities that the church might otherwise need for its own programs. Furthermore, law and order in the district has escalated, prompting the decision to move students and staff to Wampar. Dr. Neofa outlined that PNG EI is looking for a standalone campus for the elementary teacher qualification upgrade training. Kamala Guare, TVWAN News, Lae.
Eni Yaus is just one of PNG's many rural teachers who selflessly spend decades cultivating young minds while their own welfare is pushed to the bottom of the list. Armed with just a grade 10 certificate, Yaus was handpicked by members of her community in Minyamya District, Morobe Province, to teach their children. 20 years later, she is looking forward to upgrading her certificate to a diploma at the Morobe Early Childhood Teachers College.
Elementary teachers in Papua New Guinea became concerned when the government's reform in the education system, especially the standard-based curriculum with the 166 structure, was announced. This meant that elementary teaching will be phased out and replaced with 1 year of early childhood education. Eni Yaus, who has been teaching at Minyama District for 20 years, expressed her anxiety and alarm when she first heard of the reform, wondering what the future would look like for not just her, but her children as well. She shared that she started teaching in 2005 after undergoing a training at the Morobe Special Resource Education Center at Eriku. There, she achieved an elementary teaching certificate and a provisional registration certificate. She eventually received a full registration certificate after undergoing an inspection by the district school inspector, making her eligible for the Morobe Early Childhood Teachers College. The Wome Elementary School teacher is part of the second intake of 100 students who will be undergoing elementary teacher qualification upgrades under the PNG Education Institute. Yayus is excited at the prospect of attaining a diploma in early childhood and junior primary teaching from the 1-year training, as continual professional growth means better opportunities. After this, she plans to continue with the attainment of a grade 12 certificate and perhaps a degree in education, saying the opportunity has encouraged her to advance herself. Kamala Guare, TVWAN News, Lae.
With the second batch of police recruitment training set for June, applicants have been warned to apply on merit by meeting the set standards and not to compromise the recruitment process. Police Commissioner David Manning issued this warning following the discovery of high number of improper documents in applications and failure by many intending recruits to pass entry exams.
The second batch of police recruit training is set for June and will cover the Highlands and New Guinea Island regions. The first batch commenced training early this year and is set to pass out in June before the second batch is recruited. However, from the recruitment of the first batch, Police Commissioner David Manning said they took note of the reasons why many applications could not go past the entry test phase. One of it is the submission of improper documents.
While many hundreds of applicants have been successful, we've seen a large number of applications fail to pass. For numerous reasons, one being fraudulent, or improper documentation, and a failure to perform on written examinations from what I understand are principal reasons for unsuccessful applications to date.
He said RPNGC received 18,000 plus applications in the first batch. Of these, 12,308 were knocked back due to improper documents. He called on intending applicants for the second batch to meet the set standards that have been there since the start of RPNGC.
The RPNGC expects high standards in terms of the quality of those who would like to apply to be members of the force and be trained to be members of the force. There'll be no compromise on our standards. Those standards existed before even those of us who were sitting in front of you joined the force. It's only through those very standards that we are able to rebuild the force, but also ensure that going forward, this country enjoys a professionally trained police force.
Meantime, Manning said they have commenced selection within RPNGC to choose the first lot of officers to undergo the Kumul 23 training. Ruth Rungola, TV1 News.
This is TV1 News. After the break, Senisim PNG, Bong 2025 and Clans Unite for Progress.
A true champion is measured by their courage, their determination, and their passion to never give up and to always keep trying. With a delicious Milo in milk taste and added nutrients, Milo in milk is a great way to fuel our little champions with nourishing energy every day. Because true champions give it their all.
Milo, PNG and Mia. Find PNG made.
Our journey starts with you. We'll be there from the start, right through to your life's adventures. We'll ensure comfort and make your safety our priority. We'll take you to memorable moments, no matter where it begins. And we'll get you there like we've always done. The 4th generation coaster bus, more than just a bus.
Motor, motor, Pepsi motor. Tell him shorty come get it, come grind on me, but me it. Mommy get loose, get loose, get loose. Pepsi in my hand, ice cold, no excuse. I tell him who's gonna bring that groove down. Pepsi with the fresh sound. Tell him who's gonna bring that groove down. Pepsi with that fresh sound. Pepsi, give me some Pepsi motor. Pepsi, you like it motor, motor. Pepsi, you like it Pepsi motor.
Amazing Port Moresby presents the highlights of the Asian and the Pacific story, celebrating 50 years of unity, culture and progress. Be part of a spectacular showcase of colors and culture as we honor the spirit of diversity that has shaped our nation. The highlights of the Asian and the Pacific story. Tonight, 8 p.m. on TV1.
Welcome back. The Papua New Guinea Tribal Foundation hosted its Senisim PNG Bung 2025 at the Filipino Association PNG Center today in Port Moresby. The event is a national gathering celebrating value-based leadership and community transformation. This year's event brought together members of the Senisim PNG program and partners to share stories of change, inspire collaboration, and promote leadership.
Senisim PNG is a strategic partnership between the PNG Tribal Foundation and the Maxwell Leadership Foundation, initiated by an invitation from the government to leadership expert John C. Maxwell. The 5-year initiative aims to inject value-based leadership across society with a goal of engaging 4 million Papua New Guineans. Senisim PNG has been embraced by institutions nationwide and has formal agreements with the Department of Education and the Department of Provincial and Local Government Affairs. According to PNG Tribal Foundation President Gary Buston, the objective of bringing the members together through this event is to network, share experiences, and, most importantly, learn from each other about the positive impact the foundation has had on their lives. A fun yet fulfilling presentation was initiated by the guest speaker, Maxwell leadership coach Dan Nicholas, who highlighted the importance of leadership and the impact good leadership has in contributing to the development of PNG.
Able to have hope because leaders have hope. Leaders are able to communicate dreams into people that they can do better than what they're doing, yes?
Few of the participants from the corporate sector outlined the changes they have seen in transforming their organization before and after undergoing the Senisim PNG program, 11-week good value and leadership training. Some of the changes they have encountered are transformational change in how they do business, values of respect, discipline, and goodwill are now seen in their workplace, where managers interact openly with the people they work under them and vice versa.
We had the program running for 11 weeks. I saw a shift from that mindset into more like a space where people don't see themselves as bosses or managers to push people around to do stuff.
These challenges facing us, NCDC moved on to invite PNG Tribal Foundation, which is the right thing to do.
Tracy Pa, TVWAN News.
The Southern Highlands Provincial Government, in partnership with the Districts and Coffee Industry Corporation, is set to launch its coffee seedling distribution program tomorrow in Mendy's Southern Highlands Province. Up to 15 million seedlings will be distributed under this program to farmers across the province. Southern Highlands Governor William Powie is expecting this to be a game changer, with hopes this program can serve as a pathway to financial freedom.
Coffee will look after you, you look after coffee now. So that is the way we are going, and it's going to be a game changer for the province. We want to empower the people and remove poverty out of our people and give them financial incentives so they are able to stand on their feet. So we are doing that. We have the minister and the CIC and other stakeholders being invited.
The upgraded access road to the PNGDF Air Transport Wing was officially opened yesterday in Port Moresby by the Deputy Chief of the Australian Air Force, Air Vice Marshal Harvey Reynolds, and PNGDF Chief of Force Preparation, Colonel Craig Solomon. The upgrade of the Jackson Access Road was delivered through the Defense Corporation program. The project was delivered with a local Papua New Guinean construction contractor. The original unsealed road severely restricted vehicle movements, making access to the ATW difficult and dangerous. The upgrade included the replacement of the unsealed road with a more resilient sealed asphalt road. Australian and PNG share a long-standing defence partnership built on cooperation and trust. The upgrade to the access road will support PNGDF to deliver on PNG government priorities. In Eastern Highlands, a significant milestone has been achieved by 5 closely linked clans. The Gamasese Zagusave Association has officially opened a new office space along the main Kama Road, marking a bold step towards self-empowerment and participation in regional development. The Association has officially opened its new office space over the weekend, a move hailed as a critical step forward for clan-based development initiatives in Eastern Highlands Province. Educated elites from the 5 founding villages, Kehamozuha, Nagamizuha, Komegu, Gepahina, and Zagomazuha, gathered to witness the opening ceremony. The role of young educated individuals in forming the association was acknowledged. It was said that for far too long they have been spectators in their own land, with outsiders and foreigners coming into Eastern Highlands to make business, and it was about time they, the original landowners, have a say in the development of their land.
Organization, you like working something, you must have office in places. You may work lot of planning sign, but to have an office, and remember driving this what aim blah blah, focus blah blah, or thinking blah blah, very big that we say, but driving go forward. So also as a professional too, Miss Awa, you know, until come you plant your some amount of stuff, but you boom thinking about them, that we miss some of things are driving.
With a new space to operate from, the association plans to formally begin its work on Monday, opening registration for all members of the 5 clans. Registration is open to all, with 2 kina for school-aged children, 5 kina for unemployed young adults, 10 kina for employed individuals, 200 kina for small SMEs. Technical advisor Pexi Rodney emphasized the office's role in giving people a seat at the development table. Chief Nokokoko described the new office as a stepping stone for future growth and unity. The Gamasese Zagusave Association aims to serve an estimated 15,000 people from the 5 clans, opening new possibilities for local empowerment, economic participation, and generational leadership. Hataval Coffee Limited in Wantrifu village of Daulo District, Eastern Highlands Province, reached a milestone achievement when it was presented its coffee export license by the Coffee Industry Corporation Limited recently. The event highlighted that 90% of coffee exporters are Papua New Guineans and 10% of them are multinational companies. However, 10% of multinational companies export 80% of coffee, while 90% of Papua New Guineans export 20%.
Today, I'm certificate. I'm the inspector, I'm giving.
We must change the landscape and change my stuff now. And it's already started. 50 years, September, by celebrating independence. We cannot continue on like that. Change has started, fire has started finish. Within the next 5 to 10 years, there will be more Papua New Guinea exporters exporting.
The right support, the right infrastructure, and the right people to the industry to actually support you. And if it is the industry's vision to grow the coffee industry, then it is possible.
And now to the finance news. The kina closed lower at $0.2442 US in the interbank market. At Bank South Pacific, our kina was buying $0.2367 US, 0.3661 Australian dollars, 0.2020 euro, and 33.81 Japanese yen. Looking at commodity prices at New York close, all closed higher except coffee and cocoa closed lower, while copper closed the day unchanged. And on the stock market, the Dow Jones closed lower, ASX closed higher, and all ordinaries closed higher as well. TV1 News continues after the break. Stay with us.
Hiya, Mama. You wait then, but me add him special flavor.
Put in more flavor, put in more taste. Magical karaoke, up a big smile on face. Time for Kim chicken, a great fumu too. Sip, sip, the mumu, yes, magic on you.
Maggi, the taste PNG loves. This honking is doing your head in. Why don't you go and put a stop to it? Oh, maybe not.
Ding bang ding, ding ding dong, bum bum.
For Simon, life is simple. Dreams seem distant, yet hope remains. One ticket, one dream. Simon's world changed forever. Yes! From small dreams to big possibilities. One Top Jackpot is here for everyone. Win big every day.
It was a shock because we learnt about witch trials. It's part of all our histories. And then I'm sent to PNG and they tell me, no, there's sorcery accusation-related violence, women are tortured and killed. I was astonished.
It was not done like this before, in our time. We're torturing people and burning them and killing them.
This bill is a first step towards eliminating these vile and cowardly acts.
Do you know what? Look here, Ansh, I pleaded with you to leave my wife, didn't I? No! You French, no! I'll kill each and every one of you.
Mother!
This is all my fault. Oh, my. Who knows what else she'll do next?
Raise your bat, and why not? What a stage to turn on the magic.
Balls of beauty. It's definitely need to calm down here.
Welcome back. The Center for Excellence in Financial Inclusion, in close partnership with the Department of Education through its Curriculum Development Division, has successfully concluded the 2-week financial education curriculum validation workshop, culminating in the delivery of 40 fully aligned educational resources. This marks an important step in the implementation of the Financial Education in Schools PNG project.
The workshop, held from the 5th to 16th of this month, brought together a dedicated team of stakeholders, including officers From the Education Department's Curriculum Development Division, representatives from CEFI and an external partner from Aflatun International and Kufa to review and align 13 syllabuses, 13 teacher resource books, and 13 student activity books. This thorough process resulted in the development of 8 strands, 16 units, 16 content standards, and benchmarks, reinforcing a consistent and inclusive approach to financial literacy education across all grade levels. The purpose of the workshop was to support the integration of financial literacy education into Papua New Guinea's standards-based curriculum from preparatory to grade 12 and to validate the financial education curriculum materials developed through the collaboration. This collaborative effort emphasizes a shared commitment to integrating financial literacy into the standards-based curriculum. The financial literacy education curriculum is critical in empowering students with essential financial knowledge, practical skills, and value-based learning, fostering lifelong learning, financial resilience, and responsible citizenship. In total, 40 educational documents have been produced across the 3 workshops, all of which were funded by CEFI and delivered in collaboration with the Department of Education. This outstanding effort marks a national commitment to embedding financial literacy across all stages of formal education in Papua New Guinea. Maricela Kelaton, TVWAN News.
Turning abroad, Australia's Foreign Minister Penny Wong has pledged to keep tariff-free access for Pacific Island goods, positioning Australia as a reliable partner to the region amid global aid cuts. Wong revealed this during her visit to Fiji after the country was hit by a 32% U.S. tariff. She said 40 years of tariff-free access into Australia has helped contribute to the prosperity of the Pacific and promised that this will not change. A warning: this next story contains details of domestic abuse that some viewers may find distressing. Researchers behind an Australian first study say fire should be better recognized as a weapon used by domestic violence perpetrators. The study found more than 150 domestic violence survivors presented to Australian hospital burns units over a 13-year period.
Roya Atma has stepped out of the shadows of her ex-husband's abuse, but the physical and emotional scars remain.
It is something that when it's done to you, it stays with you for life.
At 14 years old, she was married to an older man who controlled every aspect of her life.
He made me believe as well that he was doing it to protect me, he was doing it to take care of me. It just became like, I guess I got conditioned into believing that that was just normal.
But on one night in 1997, the Perth mother of 4 defended herself, which led to her husband setting her alight as she held their baby. She suffered burns to 35% of her body.
He wanted to disfigure me for the rest of my life so nobody else would look at me or love me.
Injuries like Miss Roy's have been the subject of an Australian first study into burn violence. Researchers found that of the 6,000 women admitted to Australian burn centres over 13 years, 157 were suspected survivors of intentional attacks. And they say that's an underestimation because it isn't always disclosed.
Fear of retaliation, fear of consequences to their family, to finances or to housing and their children, shame, and also negative responses from clinicians.
The research shows women with burns from suspected violence suffer more severe injuries, often to the face, and most of their perpetrators are current or former intimate partners.
The reality is that fire is really convenient. Obviously, the access to things like lighters and accelerants like petrol, they're things that we find around the house.
Researchers say more work is needed to raise awareness of burn violence.
Health departments around the country have told the ABC their staff are trained to identify and respond to signs of domestic violence. Experts say it's crucial that fire is recognised more widely as a weapon of domestic violence.
If we can build capacity amongst our burn teams, that we'll be able to better recognise and respond in culturally appropriate and trauma-informed ways.
Miss Adam is now drawing on her past to educate others about domestic violence.
No matter how ridiculous it sounds, believe them.
In the hope of preventing further abuse.
A flood emergency is unfolding in the New South Wales Hunter Valley and mid-North Coast regions. Some areas have received more than 250 millimetres of rain, with dozens of rescues and several evacuation orders in place. Thousands of homes are without power, and there is more wild weather on the way.
They were expecting rain in Taree, just not this much.
One of the crewmen rolled over to see what the problem was, stepped out of bed and he was almost knee-deep in water.
The water was even higher in parts of the Hunters Dungog Shire, where an already soaked landscape copped a drenching beyond its capacity.
It's probably been raining here for 4 or 6 weeks. And the ground is absolutely waterlogged. And this rain event over the last few days, the water hasn't had anywhere to go.
That's resulted in a major flood warning for the Williams River.
I think there was a lot of apprehension in Dungog with obviously the rain falling. When the river started rising, people started to use the term, freak a little bit more.
Some in Dungog have already evacuated, while residents further north are getting ready to go.
A little bit nervous, like being a dad and all. I do want to protect my family and make sure I'm making the right decisions.
Declan Batchelor woke up to a torrent gushing through his backyard.
We've got emergency packs. If the same thing as this morning happens again and it's continuously raining, we'll just leave.
It's hard to believe, but this road here in Wauchope is actually a bridge. It's been completely engulfed by floodwater and debris flowing along the Hastings River. It's one of dozens of roads across the region that'll be closed for some time to come.
There have been more than 40 flood rescues in the past 24 hours.
Now, many of those rescues, unfortunately, are a result of people going through floodwaters.
We're just desperately seeking the public follow the advice that they do not drive through floodwaters.
The Gloucester and Patterson rivers are also subject to major flood warnings, and with more rainfall set to enter catchments, the number of alerts and evacuations are expected to increase.
That was the first night of another 3 or 4 nights we're going to get through.
A tough road ahead for much of the state.
There is more good news for borrowers, with the Reserve Bank Board delivering its second rate cut for the year. The cut brings the cash rate down 0.25 percentage point to 3.85%. At the first time, it's fallen below 4% in 2 years. The big banks have all reacted quickly and will pass on the cut to customers in full, and there is likely more cuts to come. The RBA Governor and the Treasurer declaring Australia is winning the fight against inflation.
With households under intense mortgage pressure, when the Reserve Bank Governor speaks,
Good afternoon.
Australia listens.
At the moment, it's a confident cut in the sense that this, we think, is the right cut for now.
The Big Four banks quick to move, announcing they'll pass on the cut in full, most by next week. For Westpac customers, the week after. For those on a $750,000 loan, it's roughly $114 back in your pocket each month.
Amazing, that's great. Great for everybody. That way they can spend more on food.
That's good. That's good for families, it's good for business, and it's good for workers.
Even before,
and the RBA Governor hinted there could be more cuts to come.
If we continue to observe inflation coming down and staying down sustainably, that would give us opportunities to lower the interest rate further.
Economists are banking on it.
I think the Reserve Bank potentially has another 2 in it this year, but again, it depends, of course, on how things eventuate.
But if we see any more than that, it could be a sign the Reserve Bank is feeling extra worried about the economy, especially with all that uncertainty sparked by Donald Trump's trade policies, which seem to change day by day.
It's been a complete roller coaster, I'd have to say. There could possibly be a recession, yes, but that's in the very extreme circumstance.
It is
the right decision made for the right reasons. We've made a heap of progress on inflation. The global environment is uncertain.
Thank you.
Welcome relief in uncertain times.
And that ends our news segment. Coming up in sports, PNG hooker missing from Castleford, Tigers win and Hunters up against Blackhawks.
Johnston with some room to move. Alex Johnston, he kicks it again. This should be a try. Alex Johnston's in.
It's an unstoppable rush. Taking that extra mile, pushing beyond the limit and making it happen. Fueling the passion for rugby and empowering the next generation. Feel the power.
How would you describe your mother?
My mom is beautiful.
She is strong like Superwoman.
I love my mom because she always takes care of me.
My mom, she's so patient and loving. I feel she's always around.
Karen, she works so hard and always wants the best for me.
She's soft like her love.
My mom is everything, and I don't know what I'd do without her.
Softland, fragrance of a mother's love.
The PNG LNG project has now generated more than 30 billion kina for Papua New Guinea since production commenced. Nearly half of this amount has been paid as tax. Equity distributions are paid to KPHL and MRDC based on the interest they hold. Tax is paid to the IRC, while development levies and royalties are paid to DPE. For more information on direct and indirect benefits, visit PNG EITI's website.
Use Savetu Wholesome Condom and Wambla way where you can abrusim seek HIV, STI na unplanned pregnancy, tingim. Use him condom long right pla way. Stop safe na lookout him you yet. Use him condom all get a time. Suppose you know save long HIV status long partner blog you or suppose you got plenty partner. Use him condom good all get a time. Long haborusim seek HIV, STI na unplanned pregnancies. Use him condom banisim you yet na future blog you. This platok save ikam long National AIDS Council Secretariat.
Meet the bank for everyone, everywhere. As People's Microbank, we were proud to be a bank for the people. Now as National Banking Corporation, we are bringing modern banking to all in Papua New Guinea. With more branches and our friendly staff ready to assist you in more places, we are making money matters simple and fair. So wherever you are, however you say it, say hello better banking. Learn more at nbcpng.com.pg.
It was a shock because we learnt about witch trials. It's part of all our histories. And then I'm sent to PNG and they tell me, no, there's sorcery accusation-related violence. Women are tortured and killed. I was astonished.
It was not done like this before in our time. You're torturing people and burning them and killing them.
This bill is a first step towards eliminating these vile and cowardly acts.
Welcome back. In the English Super League, Castleford Tigers were far too good for Red Devils, defeating them 42-26, but without young PNG international Judah Rimbo, with speculations his future looks bleak. The PNG hooker was a big-name arrival when he signed at the Tigers this year, but he's been conspicuous by his absence of late.
Judah Rimbo was missing again on Sunday afternoon, and with Castleford pushing to revamp their squad mid-year, could Rimbo be a player that heads for the exit door? Tigers are assessing all options, including potentially moving overseas players on. The longer Rimbu doesn't feature, the more people will wonder if he could be leaving. Rimbu is only 11 rounds into the first year of the 2-year deal. He signed with the club last November following his 2024 breakout season with the PNG Hunters and the national team PNG Kumuls at the Pacific Championships. Fellow PNG international Sylvester Namo was recently released by the club 2 months ago in April. The 24-year-old Namo made 24 appearances for the Tigers after joining before the 2024 season and since joined QRL club Brisbane Tigers under former PNG Hunters coach Matt Church. But the Tigers' mid-season recruitment in signing players like Tom Amon and Brad Singleton looks to have given the pack some beef. Whether it's too late to achieve anything this season remains to be seen, but it's a point to be optimistic about if nothing else. Meanwhile, it was another worrying afternoon for the Red Devils. They've never ever short on effort and endeavor, but it's clear this is a side lacking experience and quality. But some of that quality and experience could be missing now as Jaden Nikorima left the field in the final quarter with what appeared to be an injury. Susan Oreape, TV1 Sports.
This week, the East New Britain provincial government proudly presented 250,000 kina to the Agmark Gurias Rugby League team. This funding is part of a 3-year partnership agreement established in 2023 between the East New Britain provincial government and the Guria franchise. During the presentation ceremony, Governor Michael Marum and Provincial Administrator Levi Mano emphasized the significance of the Gurias, stating that they are more than just a rugby team. They are a symbol of pride and excellence for the region. Since their establishment in 1991, the Gurias have achieved remarkable success, including winning 6 premierships and nurturing numerous rugby talents who have made their mark both nationally and internationally. They both highlighted the Gurias' commitment to fostering future talent, mentioning initiatives such as school competitions, the newly launched Gurias 19s youth team, and the women's team, which is set to return for its second season later this year. After an incredible win over reigning champions and current competition leaders, North's Devils, the PNG Hunters are set to back themselves up again this weekend. They will face the second-placed Townsville Blackhawks on Friday evening at 6:30 p.m. at Jack Munsky Oval in Townsville.
Hunters coach Paul Ayton has once again impressed by his team's resilience in defence, a quality that was particularly noticeable against the North Devils last weekend. The Hunters' defensive resolve will be put to the test again as they take on a formidable challenge from the Townsville Blackhawks. Ayton anticipates another quality match against the team in great form. However, he emphasizes that his players remain focused and are ready to back up their performance from last weekend's victory with even greater defensive efforts.
Yeah, I think we're as prepared as we can be. We had a short turnaround. Boys had a couple of days off, and that was our first session back today. It was a team effort. We pushed right to the 80 minutes. So just like North, they're a quality team, and it was really good to see a side of the Hunters that I don't think I've seen in a long time. Yeah, I don't think I've seen.
While the coach credits his forward for setting the platform for the team, he concurs that it was ultimately a collective effort.
And I definitely believe it this year. I think we've worked hard on our defence, and I feel like it's showing. We got a lot of new boys compared to last year, but they've been great. They've stepped up. They're doing their own roles, and they're doing it really well. I think the boys have been doing really well. We've given them so much information, and they pick it up. They try. They come. We have some tough days of training and some good days, and the boys just keep turning up with a great attitude, and makes it easier for me. And it's really good to come to work with people that want to keep bettering themselves. So I think if they keep doing that, they're going to keep getting better. And I think we'll put a good performance together this weekend.
With no major injuries from last week's game, Ayton has decided to stick with the same lineup to take on the Townsville Blackhawks this weekend. The Hunters are looking to build on their momentum and deliver another strong performance. Terry Long with TVWAN Sports.
Murray Connors, a promising middle forward, has been making waves in the Queensland Rugby League Host Plus Cup since his debut with the PNG Hunters in Round 2. 9 rounds into his inaugural season, Connors has shown remarkable resilience and determination, solidifying his place on the team week in, week out.
As the Hunters gear up to face second-place Townsville Blackhawks in Round 10, Connors is ready to rise to the occasion. Before departing for Townsville today, the Bena Aroma native emphasized his commitment to treating every game as a benchmark for his development.
First and foremost, big thank you, go back and big man, for bringing me this far. As usual, I'm just there's a lot of things I did me like him last week game, so I'm trying my best to improve on, especially in my defense and attack. So yeah, yes, on 1-1 game, I got own challenges them. So also me talk, it's all goes back to preparation. So something when me like him last week game, me try my best to me improve him as me go, me okola money plus something, so me progress one time. So yeah.
Reflecting on his personal journey as a footballer, Connors acknowledged the unique challenges that each game presents. He expressed gratitude to having a strong support system, particularly crediting team captain Ila'alu as a significant mentor during his early rugby league career in the Tokarara suburbs. Connors also praised coach Paul Ayton for his approachable coaching style, which focuses on helping players refine the essential aspects of their individual games.
Big difference that compare kamlo Host Plus Cup compare them cup a bit slow. I mean big slow stretch. So Host Plus Cup too fast na. Yeah, Carol planti something again lo. The diesel cup me no sa megim. Me play lo diesel cup na kamantap planti something where me no sa megim. Kam le again planti something where me line him new plug again lo me, so me try best to me lo adjust na. I'll be me lo progress lo game lo me. Yeah, I'm on big challenge lo me yet. I'm all one me to all environment to lab different. One me to up call, so I'm go back in the preparation lo me. But after all, I'm also me talk or something when me like him lem. Lo improve him, me like improve him, so me back am lo feel session and me try best to me lo work or something when me like him. So going forward, me still give best to me because of something me like him, let me make him lo feel so. Yeah.
Adapting to the travel demands of playing in Queensland has posed its own set of challenges, but Connors is learning to prepare himself physically, mentally, and spiritually for the journey. Connors has identified a significant gap when comparing the pace and skill level of the Host Plus Cup to the Digicel ExxonMobil Cup. He described the Host Plus Cup as much faster, requiring greater commitment, hard work, discipline, and determination to remain competitive. Terry Longwood, TVWAN Sports.
And that ends the sports segment. We'll now have the weather forecast. Regional forecast. Southern, Port Moresby partly sunny, then cloudy by evening with chances of moderate shower, rain and thunderstorm. Momase, Lae partly sunny to cloudy afternoon with evening heavy showers, rain and thunderstorms. Vanimo rain periods with thunderstorms, then cloudy tonight. New Guinea Islands, Lorengau partly sunny to cloudy evening with few showers, rain and thunderstorms. Kimber mostly sunny to cloudy evening with moderate showers, rain and thunderstorm. Highlands, Goroka, Barnes and Kundiawa, cloudy afternoon with frequent evening showers, rain and thunderstorm. Ocean forecast, Coral Sea. Seas moderate to rough with east to southeast winds of 20 to 33 knots, with strong gusts over the southwest quadrant. Solomon Sea. Seas light to moderate with southeast to southerly winds of 10 to 20 knots with some gusts. Bismarck Seas. Seas smooth to slight with east to southeast winds of 5 to 15 knots. Pacific Ocean. Seas smooth with east to southeast winds of 5 to 15 knots. And coastal waters forecast: waters of southern PNG Indonesian border to Daro to Kiwai Island, Kerma, Yule Island to Hood Point. Seas 2 to 3 meters rising to 3.5 meters along warning areas. And waters of Manus and its western group of islands, sea 0.5 to 1 meter. And that ends TV1 News. From the news team, pleasant viewing. Good night.
The TV1 News was proudly brought to you by
Hurry PNG and enter today to be considered for the 2025 Power Play PNG Awards. Brought to you by ExxonMobil and the PNG LNG project, these awards recognize exceptional Papua New Guineans making significant contributions in the LNG and decarbonization industries. Could you be Papua New Guinea's next great power player? There's only one way to know. Enter now to find out.
We are the people, connected to our land and sea. Timeless and enduring, it has served past generations, sustains us today, and will support those of tomorrow. A testament to human ingenuity. It can be shaped into limitless forms. It reflects our humanity, strong yet vulnerable. It teaches us to endure challenges to fulfill our purpose. Past technologies inspire us to look inward for creativity and sustainable solutions for the future. It brings families together, fostering moments of connection over shared meals. Known and cherished worldwide, the clay pot is a universal symbol of life, resilience, and connection.
I want you to
'cause I'm scared of losing you. And loving you is all I gotta do. Baby, you know that I got you. So just stay. I want you to stay. No matter what they say, I want you to stay. Oh, and I can't find the words to say, 'cause I want you in my way. I want you to stay. Just stay, just stay.
Hey, baby, listen. I know ain't what you expecting for effect. I can't even get you off of my mind just for a sec. You're so fine, all mine, always on my mind. So let the river of love flow in the sunshine. Blue skies, I'm the guy, it's alright. I got you in my sight, I'm hanging on tight. Put up a fight, never let you go, 'cause you're my heart and my soul. We're moving fast, baby, no slow-mo.
Just stay.
Just stay.
I want you to stay. I want you to stay. No matter what they say, I want you to stay. Oh, and I can't find the words to say, 'cause I want you in my way. I want you to stay. Just stay, just stay. Just stay, just stay. Just stay, just stay. Just stay, just stay. Baby, I want you to stay. Just stay, just stay.
Maybe I got where you look, balu elabane molia. Mama nurangi tamalu, alego mahapola se. I keep on holding on, never let it go. The way we live it, there's too many rough webs coming our way, so be prepared. I keep on holding on, never let it go. The way we live it, there's too many rough webs coming our way, so be prepared.
I think you say me nah let it go. Keep on holding on for all of this rock you make go round. And I know better tell you make go round. I fix it up how we belong. When they come round it, come here, we give them good love.
I keep on holding on, never let it go. The way we live it, there's too many rough webs coming our way, so be prepared. I keep on holding on, never let it go. The way we live it, there's too many rough webs coming our way, so be prepared.
You never go worry about this girl, you never love and head mine. Me giving them times I go and bad, well whatever despite. Say me holding on, this you to be strong. Open up and live and if you come and let you know that.
Another day, another night. I understand those feelings you've been through that you can't control. So hold on, so don't you worry. One day me have to come back for ya. Keep on holding on.